Okay, so today I'm going to be examining a couple paragraphs from an article on Word on Fire, which is a Catholic outlet. And the article is by Dan Steele, who is a diocesan priest of the Diocese of Yakima, Washington, and is currently serving as a parochial vicar at Christ the King Parish in Richland. He is co-founder of beatificfilms.org and is working to complete a license in sacred theology. So the article is about psychedelics and spirituality and looking for a higher meaning through psychedelics. So, but I won't read the whole article to you. I just want to focus in on antinatalism and how it ties into his ideas about spirituality and all that stuff. So I'll read a couple paragraphs, and you can judge where he kind of takes a turn in the wrong direction. So here goes. So he says, consumer America is rapidly becoming a practitioner of pharmaceutical spirituality, offering eschatological hope in the form of hippie flipping instead of enduring values and purposes that make life meaningful enough to justify suffering. Studies indicate a select number of people have positive spiritual awakenings from synthetic spirituality, while a small contingent even professes to have enough self-mastery to use marijuana recreationally and still maintain a healthy life. The danger of a bad trip triggering paranoia or even an addiction, however, looms in the background, together with the potentially dangerous thrill of a spiritual seeker opening a window of curiosity and exploration into the spiritual realm. Are such risks an operable remedy for alleviating an existential crisis? Fantastically unhelpful in this regard is David Benatar's philosophy of antinatalism, the latest rage online. As the name suggests, antinatalism is the belief that it is wrong to bring new sentient persons into existence. Professor Benatar sees an unbalanced asymmetry between the good and bad things in life, culminating in a net loss. Since people seem to experience more pain than joy, let me just read that again. Professor Benatar sees an unbalanced asymmetry between good and bad things in life, culminating in a net loss, since people seem to experience more pain than joy. In his view, it is therefore better not to exist. People often experience chronic pain, Benatar says, yet they never experience chronic pleasure, and so the implicit malevolence outweighs the good of existence. Thus, procreation is unjust and always wrong. So, I don't know if you guys noticed it, but he kind of assumes that life is granted, that life is something we can't avoid. That it will happen. Right off the bat, like things like contraception, abortion, abstinence, all those things prevent life from happening. So it's possible that we can prevent life from happening, and it's not out of our control is what I'm trying to say. I think where he takes a turn for the wrong is basically if you don't come into existence, you have no need for spirituality. You have no need for finding the good in suffering or justifying the suffering for the good things that you get out of it. You just didn't exist to begin with. And again, he's a Catholic priest. They should know that there is no soul before birth. So there's nothing to satiate there. There's nobody waiting to be born to look for struggles or risk getting addicted to drugs. Like there's nothing there to justify coming into existence. So I find it weird that Catholics talk this way about life when really they themselves know that there's nothing before life, not even a soul to be punished, not even a soul to want to come into existence. There's nothing there by their own teachings. I'm not Catholic, by the way, but I'm just saying they should, by their own teachings or their own catechism, they should know that there's nothing to come into existence, and there's nothing wanting to find meaning or meaning through struggle or meaning through drugs or anything like that. If you bring life into existence, you're inherently creating a problem that needs to be solved when there shouldn't be a problem to begin with. So that's all I want to say about this article. It's called hold on, let me just scroll up. It's called Psychedelics Antinatalism and Dostoevsky. And it's by Dan Steele, and it was published on July 17th, 2018 in Word on Fire. So yeah, that's my big thing for today. Yeah, see ya. Bye.